Good morning, Belen. I'm Stephen Kayas.
And I'm Frankie Menendez, and welcome to this edition of WBLN for today, September 23rd, 2016.
This past Wednesday, alumnus Ricardo Pauyosa, class of 1971, met with the students of Miss Garganta's creative writing class. Mr. Pauyosa is an author, poet, MDCC professor, and art collector. He spoke to the class about how art is a living thing and the creative process.
We learned a lot of insightful things about art and the creative process with Ricardo yesterday in class, and seeing how involved the Belen alumni community is with our school is really fascinating.
Well, because it offers them insights that I think has taken me a lifetime to garner, and it's important to give them that because not every teacher has those experiences. And so somebody who's spent 40 some odd years of his life in a particular profession might be able to give them insights into that activity, which someone else might not.
Now that the school year is in full-fledged and we are starting to get to know our teachers, here's a story that you might not have known. Marcelo Hernandez has more.
So with the new school year just starting up, we've all had the pleasure of meeting new faces such as administrators, students, and teachers. And with each person having their own unique personality, we found some with some interesting facts about themselves.
Here in Belen, Mr. Klien is a U.S. government teacher and an American history teacher to around 140 students. But outside of our community, Mr. James Klien is a part of the National Guard.
So I have been in the National Guard for 3 years now.
The National Guard is a reserve military force whose origins lie in the local militias formed from the earliest colonizations of the Americas around the 1600s.
National Guard reports to the state first. So we are the state militia, and my primary boss is the governor. And then in times of war, the president will then take control of us. But he can only do that when he declares a state of emergency or a state of war. So my primary mission is the defense of Florida and the safekeeping and rescue of people during times of hurricanes, natural disasters. And so that's why I joined the National Guard, because I wanted my primary mission to be one of helping people. So by being part of the Guard, I can be in the state of Florida with my neighbors, and whenever there's a problem, I'd be the first one called up to help them in any way I could.
Also, because it is a reserve force, people in the National Guard can pursue other careers as well.
Is that the National Guard is a reserve component, so we are not always active. There is a small section of the National Guard that is active, but most of us have normal lives, teachers, doctors, lawyers, during the week, and on the weekends we become soldiers.
And with all that being said, you might want to get to know the people around you, because you never know who might be walking down these halls. For WBLN, I'm Marcelo Hernandez.
In Charlotte, North Carolina, the sun rose Wednesday on a battered city. The National Guard, called out by the governor, mobilized before dawn to keep order. Hours earlier, the scene was very different, as a second night of unrest gripped the city. Protesters angry over the death of Keith Lamont Scott vented their rage and grief. Scott was shot Tuesday. Police says he brandished a weapon, but his family says he was reading a book in his vehicle. During the second protest, one person was shot by another civilian, according to authorities, and is in the hospital on life support. Several police officers were injured, and some demonstrators stood in front of the police line in an effort to maintain peace, and there were those who tried to calm the tensions. The officer who shot Keith Lamont Scott was not wearing a body camera, but other officers were there. There's also video from a police dashboard camera. None of that footage has been released. Officials say it is still under review, but thankfully the past 2 days have been clean.
The FBI wants to speak with two men in this surveillance photo. Investigators say video shows the two men removing an explosive device from a piece of luggage left in New York's Chelsea neighborhood on Saturday, and then leaving the device behind and taking the luggage. The agency released this photo on Wednesday, asking for the public's assistance locating them. The NYPD says the men are witnesses and are not accused of any wrongdoing. Ahmad Rahami, the suspect in Saturday's bombings in New York City and New Jersey, has been charged with the use of weapons of mass destruction, bombing a public place, destruction of property, and use of a destructive device. Police say Rami praised brother Osama bin Laden in a journal found on him when he was arrested.
Yesterday, the Key Club held a blood drive in the gym lobby. Students and faculty donated 15 pints of blood, meeting the goal for the day. Every time one person donates, 3 lives can be saved from that very donation.
Nah, this is the first time I donate blood. I heard about it during lunch when the people from One Blood came up to us and asked if we wanted to donate blood, and we're like, sure. And it's pretty relaxing. Not much. I think they took like a pint or a pint and a half. It's a lot of blood.
Congratulations, guys. Now let's see what Ricky Labrada has going on this week in Showbiz Spotlight.
If you're a Harry Potter fan in the market for a house near London, good news. Harry Potter's boyhood home is now for sale. Vernon and Petunia Dursley's 4 Privet Drive is now on the market. The real-world house is in the suburban town of Bracknell, about 25 miles west of London. The county is also home to the Windsor Castle, and neighbors would include the Prime Minister. But bring your checkbook. The house is listed for about $620,000 US. And on Sunday, people started posting on Twitter about the death of Richard Dreyfuss, but Dreyfuss is still alive. People were apparently confusing Dreyfuss with the father of Julia Louis-Dreyfus, William Louis-Dreyfus, who died last Friday. Richard Dreyfuss quickly tweeted back saying he is not her father, but he did say that he really appreciated all the concerned tweets. Reporting for WBLN, I'm Ricardo Labrada.
Thanks, Ricky. The Beta Club will be meeting on Tuesday, the 27th, and it'll be in the Roca Theater. Operation Smile Student Club will be having their first meeting on Monday, the 26th, at 3:05 p.m. in H221. All students are welcome to join. Join in raising awareness and funds for children who need surgery for lip or facial deformities. There will be an important meeting for all students interested in becoming a part of the Team Lombardi Belen's Altar Server Ministry. The meeting will be held in the Cosquiuela during homeroom on Wednesday, September 28th. Come and see how you can be a part of this important ministry. Please be prompt. Now stay tuned as we bring you weather and sports right after these messages.
The Chess Club is meeting all week in room G205.
The Production Club will meet at 3:05 in room C203. All students interested in film or television production may attend.
Good morning, Belen. It's finally Friday, one more day to the big game. You can see on the map behind me, scattered showers throughout the area. Keep that in mind as you go out throughout your day. Let's take a look at the highs and lows for today. Today, we have a high of 91, a low of 78, relative humidity at 76%. Winds coming in at the east at 13 miles per hour and a 30% chance of rain. Let's take a look at the next 3 days. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we're going to have highs in the low 90s and lows in the mid to high 70s, with Sunday having a 40% chance of rain. So keep that in mind, guys, as you go out through your weekend. That's all for your forecast. Now let's bounce it on to sports.
And good morning, Wolverine Nation. It was another stormy day in Miami, limiting games and practices. Not only did the varsity golf team beat the weather, they also beat Palmer Trinity 154 to 174. The Wolverines used the momentum from a strong showing at the Miami-Dade Youth Fair tournament in order to dominate Palmer by 20 strokes. Beto Perez, Enrique Villa, and Kevin Esbiri each shot a 38, leading the way to a victory. Tryouts for 6th grade soccer teams will be Monday through Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. on the Hernandez Field. For more information, please see Coach Tanger. The middle school and the JV cross-country teams will be participating in the Junior Orange Bowl races being held at Larry and Penny Thompson Park. The varsity cross-country team will travel to Gainesville in order to compete in the University of Florida Invitational. Belen will look to make some noise and bring home a win. Tomorrow, the varsity swim team will participate in the Woodson Invitational held at Pinecrest Senior High School. And guys, it is finally here. The game the students, faculty, and alumni have been looking forward to all year. Belen Jesuit varsity football team will host Christopher Columbus at Tropical Park. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Belen is looking for their first win ever versus their rivals Columbus. Be there to support your Wolverines as tickets are running out. The Marlins have lost their playoffs hope last night after falling to the Braves 6-3. The Marlins are now 6-10 head-to-head against the Braves. And despite having the second worst record in baseball this season, the Braves have dominated the Fish all year. The Marlins are now 4.5 games back from the wild card. As a Dolphin fan, the Patriots not having Brady for 4 games was incredible news. This was finally our chance to win the division. Bill Belichick says otherwise. Although being limited to a third-string quarterback in Jacoby Brissett, the Patriots shut out the Texans 27-0. The Pats have found a way to make the game of football look so easy. Let's jump right to our play of the week. This isn't just any play by any player. This was a ridiculous behind-the-back catch from our very own graduate of Belen, Nick Martinez. Check this out. Look at that behind-the-back throwing to first base. Gets a double play. He's amazed. But look at Mike Scioscia. Oh, my goodness. The Angels coach is in shock. Let's see it one more time. Yeah, that is just pure instinct and pure dominance by Nick Martinez. Listen to what Nick had to say when we called him from WBLN.
First it was we had a man on first, so with no outs. So obviously we're trying to, as a pitcher, I'm trying to induce a double play any way I can, and excuse me. And when we had Simmons up, when the play happened. It kind of happened so fast that it was in slow motion, if that makes any sense. It's kind of weird to describe, but when I saw the ball coming at me, again, it felt like it was in slow motion, and I just thought that if I can just throw my glove up, maybe knock it down, we can get an out or possibly a double play, and it just happened to, to land in my glove, and we got a double play that way.
And that's all for sports. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Danny. Be sure to follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook for all the latest news and pictures. I'm Steven Calles.
And I'm Frankie Menendez. And for all of us here at WBLN, have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and stay golden, Wolverines.